Be honest with yourself. When you realize the reason you don't change is because you fear it. I know I did it. I lived 8 years of severe abuse where I didn't think I was even going to make it through the night. I feared leaving him. How was I going to live? Where was the money going to come from? What place would I live? Would I have a roof over my head? All those things I feared more than the beatings that I got. Why? Because I was familiar with it. We stay where we feel familiar. Growing up, I didn't realize I normalized everything. Dad beating my mom, being an alcoholic, popping pills, my brother being a drug addict, never having time for just me. It was always everybody had to be together. You never got your mom by yourself. Dad never was around, and when he was around, he was drunk and we had to stay out of sight. All those things that I experienced as I was a child. When I went into my teen years, I ended up pregnant at 15, had my child at 16, lost my child when he was 6 years old, lived severe abuse. Basically, all the things that I dealt with when I was a child just was reflecting back to my life over and over. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy enough. I never had control of anything in my life. So I tried to control everything outside of me, and that didn't work either. All of this came from the limiting beliefs that I gathered along the way of my life. And everyone has them. But when you can start becoming aware that you have a limiting belief, that's when change happens. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's all unicorns and rainbows, because the last 4 years felt like a nightmare sometimes, because I had to face the hardest thing in my life. And it wasn't the beatings. It wasn't losing my child and losing my children that don't talk to me. It wasn't those things. Do those things hurt? Yes. But the hardest thing I had to face was the demons that I had with myself. Not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough. When you sit and realize that that's why you respond and react to everything that happens in your life from those limiting beliefs that you had about yourself, that is the hardest pill I ever swallowed. Because I always went through my life thinking I was confident, I was successful, I had the world by the tail, I could do whatever I wanted to. But now when I look at it, I settled. I settled for everything. I controlled everything to cover up the true beliefs that I had about myself, to the point I didn't know who I was. So when you can discover your limiting beliefs, it sets you free. It sets you free from performing for everyone outside of you. They'll accept you right the way you are, not with the mask that you're wearing to make them feel comfortable. I hope this helps somebody today. Have a great day.